Кочергине очень сложная трасса. Я тут не 1000 километров проехал на этой трассе, но каждый раз, когда ты едешь как-то снова, потому что машина другая и все по-другому так.
Here you drive and you fight with yourself. You're driving this track alone, so it's really hard and one of the hardest races I ever had.
It was my first time, but I love the track. Absolutely crazy track. Bumps, everything is so challenging. If you made a mistake, it costs you very much.
That was crazy. So many incidents, but this is racing.
Из последнего места сложновато ехать, потому что много быстрых ребят, все едут быстро, и машины одинаковые, так было сложновато.
Yeah, yesterday was a bit tough. Today everything was in the top. So as I say, racing is always like that. One day you want to die, another day you want to go ahead and do miracles.
По времени вот в втором заезде я второй, и так как-то четко проехали.
I had a good practice. There was a rain, so drove a couple laps in the rain, but I knew today will be dry, and I was ready for dry track here in Kочергине. So I don't know, I was fast in practice sessions in qualifying, and now I was the fastest, so I'm really happy.
It was fantastic. I like it a lot. This is my favorite track now because I'm really fast here, I think.
Этот класс очень сложно на ней ехать. Может быть, другие ребята думают, что сразу буду первый или второй или третий. Тут надо чуть-чуть поработать, чтобы много надо ехать, много тренировок. Машина должна быть подготовлена тоже хорошо, и спортсмена форма тоже должна быть хорошая. И из-за того тогда бывает результат. Но это интересно. Это интересно из-за того, что есть большая конкуренция. Тут не один, не два, не три спортсмена. Если мы видим, один раз ты едешь в середине, а другой раз может ехать первый, так, но это очень интересно.
Trektal 325 Cup is coming to an end. This year was full of adventure, different racetracks, a lot of participants, fights for seconds and constant desire to win.
All season was not perfect for me as I wanted, because I had some difficulties in first and second round, didn't plan as I want, but in the third and fourth round I won.
This is my first season in racing in general, so it was quite exciting and a bit scary, to be honest, but it turned out all right. I was already glad with my pace in the first race, and it grew a bit in Estonian races, and eventually I got my first podium.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I was waiting for this class for something similar, but it's very nice. I'm feeling ready, and I think that I'm able to win the last race.
I was told that there are many competitors expected this year, and there were. It was still a bit surprising, and even as a spectator, actually, I haven't seen that many cars in the grid in Latvia, at least.
So that was a surprise, big surprise for me. I didn't thought that there will be this huge amount of competitors, but everything seems good, and I managed to be on top.
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons why we joined. The first year showed that there was 13 or 14 cars, and we knew quite a lot of persons who were building such. So we knew that there will be for sure more than 20, and that's already is a great result. So we didn't expect that there will be 40 something. Now we have 50 something. So hopefully the next year will be even better, even stronger, and we will come probably prepared more than this year, because it was first year.
What was the hardest? To understand how to drive this car fast, because she's very heavy and the tires are not holding it. Okay, so need to, I don't know, save the tires, to know how to use that weight, and that was the hardest thing. And I actually, the racers are very experienced, so
We have to qualify well.
I'm really happy. I can't understand right now about that I'm a champion of 325 Cup. At the beginning of the season I wanted to be the champion, but I didn't know that it's possible for me. In second and third season maybe, but not in first. But it seems it's possible, and I'm a champion. First race here was in Bikernieki, really hard. I saw Mešaks behind me. He was far away, but I knew he was very fast in the rain.
Yeah, I'm doing rain dance. I don't know, I just like rain very much. I like wet conditions. I like slippery conditions where you have to find the grip in impossible places.
actually I didn't expect it to finish the season so high, because this actually my first season that is
In front of the guys.
We have great news. BMW 325 Cup is growing and growing, and in this race there are going to be 42 cars. The main question is how they can survive together on one track.
That's crazy. I hope it's gonna be very funny and spectators will like it, but I hope also the drivers will be respectful. So.
Last race was 38, so it was amazing.
Well, you have to try to qualify in order to be in front, so the other cars don't bother you as much. So if you qualify well, it's really good.
Oh my God, and such a big competition means only that you cannot do any mistake. And if you do, then it's all done.
How can you even win? With the driving, with a little luck, but of course with the driving.
Just try to do the best you can. There's really nothing you can improve that seriously in the car.
Maybe, but I can't tell. I think all of them here. What do you guess?
Not so big changes. I don't know, the heights, the pressures, maybe some caster, maybe wheelbase.
Yeah, we changed mostly things regarding the balance of the car, regarding the understeer and oversteer, so I feel more comfortable in the car. And that's pretty much all that we can do.
Aš šitoj vietoj pasitikiu savo komandą, jie daro visus reguliavimus, visus setupus, tai tiesiog mano darbas yra sėsti ir važiuoti ir negalvoti apie tai, kas yra mašinai padaryta. Aš jiem duodu feedbacką, kas yra gerai, kas yra blogai, o jie priema sprendimus. Tai šitoj vietoj už mane daro komanda.
No secrets. There is scrutineers, they can punish you if you are not a good guy. We are playing clear.
I'm happy! I always wanted in 325 Cup to win in overall, so I'm really, really happy. First and second round was
Greetings from Estonia. We are happy to announce that we are back on a track and we are totally excited about BMW 325 Cup because this cup is getting bigger and bigger, and today here on grid are 38 cars.
I raced in a lot of categories, but I believe this is really the best balance of of speed and budgets. Racing, after all, is a lot about budgets, so it is a very good class. It's very good for beginners and for professionals. A lot of racing from start to finish.
We have 38 cars, so that's why I'm driving again.
And this class, I think the sky is the limit. It depends on the organizers, how we control, because now it's very, very important to control, to make sure that nobody cheats.
The main thing for us, for the drivers and for the organizer, is not to lose the drivers now, because someone will be afraid of the close battles, of the tight timing in the qualification, but it's the best class what I even drive.
To see the starter grid and places, I think 40 is good enough already. Because even we have a qualification in two separate half and half, it's too much cars already. So I think if we will go to the 50, then that's the maximum. I think it's almost crazy that it's so popular and really cool that it's popular.
Konkurence spēcīga ir diezgan kas nākuši klāt, tie ir spēcīgi vīri nākuši un ir ko cīnīties.
Yeah, so it was interesting to start. In first race we saw a lot of cars on the grid, and was interesting to participate here. And yeah, you see that the number of participants is very big, and drivers see that it's really good opportunity to get improvement on their driving on that cup.
It was fun to drive. Every car is the same. You can see on track. It's very similar lap time, so it's very fun racing.
I'm not thinking anything, just trying to do the best, like always. In the Riga I was only 18 in the qualifying, finished 8th. Barno is a bit better, just improved the car.
Yeah, I feel very good. A little bit disappointed about my start. I made a mistake during lights go off, and it was not enough power, enough accelerator to start.
It was hard to overtake because this track is very fast and you need to like jump in on braking, but it's really hard because the cars are very similar.
The guys in front, it's not rookies, it's Valteris Viedris, Robertas Kupčikas is one of the fastest drivers, and I had Karolis Joviša behind me, so it was like, do not make any mistake, keep the third place and it will be good for me. So
sadly the first guy was a little bit faster, I couldn't catch him, but good driving by other guys. I saw in mirrors they were battling all the time, so interesting race. And
the hardest thing was that the brakes was finishing almost, so after half of the race the brakes were becoming worse and worse, and I was thinking it will be enough to finish or not, but hopefully everything was good.
they can't change anything on the program here. And here is the results from qualification. First 4 drivers managed to set the lap under 1 minute and 36 seconds. And the good news is that there are drivers from all Baltic countries. Last year champion also in row 1, Jonas Ramanauskas and Kristo Krinpus from Lithuania and Estonia. In row 2, Kristo Krinpus is also novice in this class, but in Estonia they used to have E36 BMW Cup, and he was one of the fastest drivers there, taking 3 or even 4 medals during that time. So yesterday I think he maybe surprised many people with his speed, but those who know him, that was not surprise. He is experienced and he is fast. Anybody else? And it's go, go, go. And second row was starting quite badly, and Krinpus and Ramanauskas both have lost several places, while Mešaks is in front of Zalko, and it seems that Berzins is currently P3. Now turn 1 and turn 2. Elkonis, can they go through it safely? It's really tight here, it's really tight. And Mešaks is leading in front of Zalko, and perhaps Berzins. Ramanauskas seems to be third. And is it Karolis Jovaisha who is with rather Ramanauskas who is fourth? So we had no crashes during lap 1, which is of course a good news. The worst thing would have been to start the new season with a big bang. And is it Mešaks pulling away from Zalko already? Cars on this 3.6 kilometer track means that in the average every car has a little bit over 100 meters for it. And here you see Mešaks, yes, has several, almost 100 meters between him and second place Konstantin Zalko. Ramanauskas, now Berzins is third, Ramanauskas fourth, then Jovaisha and Krinpus. So top 6 have changed places, but they have pulled away from the others a little bit, while Marius Survilas is best of the rest in P7, and you can see there is clear gap between Kristo Krinpus in P6 and Survilas in P7, but Survilas, as it stands, has set the fastest lap. Of course it was from standing start and only 1 lap has been passed. But yes, Mešaks is in clear lead, and now it seems that Zalko is also being able, and Zalko was smoking his tires, stays on track, but it was certainly not good. He has lost some of the gap he has built up in front of Berzins, but Berzins also has lost his place to Ramanauskas, so Ramanauskas is now third. There is huge battle between Ramanauskas, Jovaisha and Krinpus for 4th, 5th and 6th places, and seems it's Berzins who is losing out here. This is Berzins, and now he's under attack from Survilas already. After 2 laps, Mešaks has 1.5 seconds speed over Zalko, and Ramanauskas third, Jovaisha fourth, Krinpus, yes, has also overtaken Berzins, and Berzins seems to be in trouble. Yes, he has lost further place to Survilas, and now just it seems that Berzins is just trying to hang on. Was he hit by somebody or whatever his problem is, but he's not as fast as he should be. Here, Mezax now. And Zalko again locks his tires and braking into hospital turn. Zalko also, Ramanauskas is quite close to him. There is no direct battle between them, and this is Krinpus is also keeping his pace and just following Jovaisha, while behind him there is a huge gap already. And is it still Berzins who is keeping P6? And Zalko has completed 3 laps, and still 1.5 seconds between them. Ramanauskas third, Jovaisha fourth, Krinpus fifth, and yes, Berzins has fought back a little bit. He's back in P6, despite being more than 2.5 seconds behind Krinpus. And into Elkonis, it's really difficult to go side by side. And if you want to gain some places, you have to try here. It's one of the best places where to overtake under brakes. And the people who were penalized yesterday are John Kotslamazashvili. He's already P14. So during 3 laps only, has managed to gain many places, starting from the back of the field. Able to go to top 10. We'll see. So Zalko has also put a lot of air between him and third place Ramanauskas, and now Jovaisha is attacking Ramanauskas, with Krinpus also quite close. Oh, into the sailor. Jovaisha tries to overtake. There is contact between them. Both lose speed, and oh, what an overtaking Krinpus makes. It was on the very edge of the track, and Kristo Krinpus goes to third in one go, overtaking both Ramanauskas and Jovaisha. And is it? Yes, it's Ramanauskas who spins, has lost many places. So that's the battle, and Krinpus is now overtaken by Jovaisha once again, and Krinpus is having flat tire. Perhaps he went over the curb, and that perhaps destroyed his tire. Yes, he's losing speed. And there we go. Oh, that was good move, but a little bit too extreme. Moving over the curve, and here you can see the replay. Ramanauskas in front. Jovaisha tries to overtake him. There is maybe there was contact or maybe not. And here, Oba. Krinpus goes over the curb, and here is Jovaisha crashed into Ramanauskas, and something that stewards will surely look in. So while Ramanauskas spun and Krinpus has lost his speed due to expected flat tire, I guess that Jovaisha may have some attention from stewards. hours later, and yes, Krinpus is has switched on the indicator, trying to avoid all cars coming from practice.
Greetings all motorsport fans, right now we are in Biķernieku racetrack and today starts Baltic Touring Car Championship. 2 days full of speed, spectacular sport cars and adrenaline. Are you ready? Because we are. Last year, one of the brightest news on Baltic Touring Car Championship was BMW 325 class. This class at the moment is the most popular budget class in championship, and if we have to say simple, then all cars are almost the same by their specification. So in this race, all depends on a driver. Competition is quite big. Who will be the best this year? We will see.
Well, emotions was quite nice. I mean, I was really happy overall about the race. I was like driving with the smile, coming closer to Matis. And in the last corner I just did a mistake, you know, there was no room to avoid it, and then we had the touch. So that led me to the first position and Matis became third, if I'm right. Yes, so basically it's quite an unfair, but you know, it's racing.
In the last corner, if somebody pushes you in the back, it's not it's against the rules first, and it's very unsportive move, I would say. So I'm disappointed.
It's an unfair race actually. I mean, not race, but last corner. So, but you know, this is racing incident. You know,
shit happens sometimes, and let's say some coolant start to flow out, and I don't know. We will check, but I hope on the second run we will be ready, and I hope we will fight again. And yeah, show must go on.
Previous year BMW 325 class gained a great popularity, and last year 14 drivers from Latvia and Lithuania gained it in track. This year there are more than 30 drivers.
For car, this is my first year. but I've done like 5 years of karting. I feel pretty good. It was my first race, and yeah, I think I survived, and pretty good result also. The competition was pretty intense and yeah, really competitive.
Race was incredible, to be honest. As we expected, it was like that, like in every corner fight, in every corner mistakes, in every corner action. Like I was somewhere in the middle, I see fight in front of me, I see fight in back of me, so it was perfect race.
Race was tough. There was really fast drivers behind me and in front of me, so there was a lot to do, and everyone was aggressive, but till the line. Yes, I'm really happy for that result. It's my first race in 3 to 5 Cup normally. Last year I tried it, and this season I want to be the champion.
Issues with the car in the first run, but it was a good second race, and we managed to make the car even quicker now, and it was enjoyable race.
Second race was good. I managed to overtake Zalko and hold the position. And on the second to last lap, there were double waved yellows where you're supposed to slow down and maintain the gap you had to the previous competitor in front of you, which they both didn't know probably. So they started to speed at the second double yellow, and yeah, there they got me.
It all starts with the setup. We did some minor changes, I mean like really minor changes with the car. We lowered the pressure because of the hotter weather, and we did the softer car a little bit. And or maybe it was me, I don't know. But I felt that the car wasn't controllable. Maybe it was really my mistake, maybe it was not. But overall, yes, it was nice. Before last 2 laps, if there wouldn't fight, I wasn't waiting for some kind of any movements. But when the guy started to fight, I just was calm. I didn't want to go completely in every hole and try to manage the new position, but I was just waiting, and then bam, and that's it. So basically the strategy was good for the last 2 laps.
Everything is ready for the start of race 2 of BMW 325 Cup. 5 lights. And it's go, go, go. And Zalko had a very good start, and the same can be said about Karolis Jovaisha, who is challenging Mattis Bežac already, but Zalko is leading. And here Krinpus has lost at least 1 place. So turn 2, Elkoni's turn. Quite a clean start once again. Yes, all the drivers can be praised for keeping their cool during first turns. Zalko is leading in front of Bežac and Jovaisha. There were also first 3 starters, but here Krinpus has lost many places. He started from P4, but now he's dropped out of top 10, if I saw correctly, or was it? No, it was rather his teammate Remo Raudsepp, but we will see. Bežac's putting some pressure to leader Zalko, having Jovaisha and Ramanauskas also in the company. And the track can be very narrow. And here is this yellow car should be Martin Lapins, who has made a wonderful start. He started from P11 and now he's P5 already. So Lapins had really got lots of places. Meanwhile, lap 1 is finishing and somebody has gone out. It is number 25. Is it? And Martin Lapins has just set the fastest lap of the race. Of course, it was from standing start. Top 5 are now. Lapins has, yes, he scored top 4. Kalko, Mežaks, Jovaisha, Ramanauskas, Lapins, Krinpus is 6th. And now Mežaks shows himself before the bridge. It's not where the place where you want to overtake, but he's certainly fast, and Salko now starts to cover the inside of Hospital Turn. But Mežaks is already in front. Can he take the place? Yes, Matis Mežaks overtake. The 3 cars on the track. But talking about, I saw Artyom Kotslamazashvili's car somewhere deep in the field. And it's really true, he's only P22. But meanwhile, leader Salko is still pushing Mežaks. Mežaks is leading. Third lap, 14 will be completed in few seconds. But this is exactly what we wanted to see. And this BMW field shows how good quality it has. And how different drivers here are. Matis Mežaks, former top rally driver, now racing on circuit. And here, this is Kristo Krinpus showing himself to Martin Lapins. Lapins is 5th, Krinpus 6th. Turkonavicius and Silvinas are also close behind them. And now it's Lapins' turn to push Ramanauskas in front of him. Ramanauskas is under serious attack. And Krinpus behind Lapins is also looking very racy. Somebody has kicked off some dust, but no big drama. And now, is it going to be overtaking? No, Krinpus decides it's not a good situation. Two trios has formed in front. Mežaks, Salko, Jovaisha are battling for first. Ramanauskas, Lapins, Krinpus for 4th. And still plenty of distance to go. Just 4th lap is underway, and Lapins still in this bright yellow car. With Ramanauskas in front of him. Lapins is certainly faster, but Ramanauskas is defending very well. And now can Krinpus use the situation? Lapins goes to the right, and Krinpus is trying to go to the left, but it was Ramanauskas seemingly didn't notice that Krinpus is already close and pushed a little bit off. There was no direct contact, but Krinpus had to avoid the contact and just went onto the gravel. It was 1.3 seconds one lap ago. But Jovaisha in P2 losing a little bit. Yes, exactly 1/10. But here in this trio, Krinpus has managed to almost catch, battling Lapins and Ramanauskas in front of him. He was in the thick of that battle a few laps ago. To avoid a disaster, he went onto the gravel. Now there is trio is together once again. And now there is no question who is fastest among those three. The question is how and where can Krinpus put his speed into use. Ramanauskas closely and jumps out of the toe, but not overtaking this time. That is really close. Somehow Krinpus manages to exit the breach corner very well, and as there is a long straight after that, he catches Lapinš and Ramanauskas, but it has been not enough. Krinpus is still sixth. Takes some very different lines near the Motor Museum. Ramanauskas shows himself to Lapinš. Now Krinpus and Ramanauskas. Krinpus goes to the outside. Now switches to the inside, but Ramanauskas closes the door. No way for Krinpus here. But the interesting thing is that while those first half of the distance is covered, but there is still a little bit more than 6 laps to go. And we saw in race 1 that Salzburg was very strong towards the end of the stints. And look at the second trio. Lapinš 4th, Ramanauskas 5th, Krinpus 6th. Krinpus this time was quite peaceful. Because he sees that those front 3 are driving away. It's almost impossible catch him with his own power, but still 5.5 laps to go. Who knows what can happen? My first task for Krinpus is to overtake Ramanauskas, and then maybe Lapinš as well. There is no question. Krinpus is the fastest of that 3. Here Artyom Potslamazashvili been successful for them. Meanwhile, leaders once again. 10th lap is underway and the lead of Mattis Mesaks has decreased. It was 1.1 seconds 1 lap ago. I would say it's even less now. And Jovaisha is closing in. Let's see what the gap is on the timing line. And yes, it's only 0.7 seconds. And this time, Krinpus and Ramanauskas are now side by side, but Ramanauskas seems to have a better outright speed. Krinpus switches side once again. Ramanauskas gets some slide under braking, but Krinpus is not able to use it. And while those two are battling, Lapinch has got some breathing space in front of them and now is firmly in 4th. Those top 3, so we have now top 4, even top 5, because Ramanauskas is also there. Man, it can't be more interesting. Only 1 lap to go, 1 lap and few turns to go. And Salko is now second. Salko has, in this melee, has somehow managed to overtake Jovaisha, so final lap starts. Mesaks, Salko, Jovaisha, Lapinch, Ramanauskas. With only 1 lap to go, and Mattis Mesaks, who started from pole position, has somehow managed to take back his lead. But no, now he loses it, goes wide, exiting turn 2, and Konstantin Salko is the new leader. Jovaisha second, Lapinch is third, and Mesaks lost 3 places in 1 go, but Krinpus is still there. Krinpus is still there, although timing screen is not showing him. Maybe something with transponder or whatever, but it can't be more interesting. And now Mesaks tries to outbreak Lapinch. It can't end in a good way. Actually, it could, because he was on right side on the grass, and it gave Ramanauskas a chance. So into cinema. And Mesaks loses one more place. Mesaks is now P5 already, while Zalko, Jovaisa, Lapins, Ramanauskas, Mesaks and Krinpus is top. And Krinpus is also closing into Mesaks. So can Zalko hold his lead going into the first turn? He's covering inside, not to give chance for Jovaisa. Final meters, Zalko is in front and wins the second race as well. Karolis Jovaisa second.
Greetings from Estonia. We are happy to announce that we are back on a track and we are totally excited about BMW 325 Cup because this cup is getting bigger and bigger, and today here on grid are 38 cars.
I raced in a lot of categories, but I believe this is really the best balance of of speed and budgets. Racing, after all, is a lot about budgets, so it is a very good class. It's very good for beginners and for professionals. A lot of racing from start to finish.
We have 38 cars, so that's why I'm driving again.
And this class, I think the sky is the limit. It depends on the organizers, how we control, because now it's very, very important to control, to make sure that nobody cheats.
The main thing for us, for the drivers and for the organizer, is not to lose the drivers now, because someone will be afraid of the close battles, of the tight timing in the qualification, but it's the best class what I even drive.
To see the starting grid and places, I think 40 is good enough already, because even we have a qualification in two separate half and half. It's too much cars already, so I think if we will go to the 50, then that's the maximum. I think it's almost crazy that it's so popular and really cool that it's popular.
Konkurence spēcīga ir diezgan kas nākuši klāt, tie ir spēcīgi vīri nākuši un ir ko cīnīties.
Yeah, so it was interesting to start. In first race we saw a lot of cars on the grid, and was interesting to participate here. And yeah, you see that the number of participants is very big, and drivers see that it's really good opportunity to get improvement on their driving on that cup.
It was fun to drive. Every car is the same. You can see on track. It's very similar lap time, so it's very fun racing.
I'm not thinking anything, just trying to do the best, like always. In the Riga I was only 18, in the qualifying finished 8th. Barno is a bit better, he just improved the car.
Yeah, I feel very good. A little bit disappointed about my start. I made a mistake during lights go off, and it was not enough power, enough accelerator to start.
It was hard to overtake because this track is very fast and you need to jump in on braking, but it's really hard because the cars are very similar.
The guys in front, it's not rookies, it's Valteris Viedris, Robertas Kupčikas is one of the fastest drivers, and I had Karolis Joviša behind me, so it was like, do not make any mistake, keep the third place and it will be good for me. So
sadly the first guy was a little bit faster, I couldn't catch him, but good driving by other guys. I saw in mirrors they were battling all the time, so interesting race. And
the hardest thing was that the brakes was finishing almost, so after half of the race the brakes would be coming worse and worse, and I was thinking it will be enough to finish or not, but hopefully everything was good.